Before we proceed to our lesson, let us have a short exercise on recorder flute. Let us play a C major scale. We are going to play descending pattern and ascending pattern in our recorder flute. Welcome to our music class. This is Sir Mark, your music teacher. Before we proceed to our lesson, let's watch a short video clip performed by an orchestra. Are you familiar with the music? What do you notice on the music? Are some of the melodies are repeating or the same? But before we start, here's the goal that we need to achieve after this lesson. Read with me. Learning target. I can identify antecedent and consequent phrases orally and visually. To achieve our learning target, we need to go through these activities. Repertoire, the Ninth Symphony. Musical phrases, funga alafia, antecedent and consequent. Wrap up. The music we have heard before is entitled Ode to Joy, or the Ninth Symphony by Ludwig van Beethoven, who also composed the piece for Elise. How many melody lines or melody patterns do you see in this music score? Correct. 4 melodic lines or patterns. Let us count each line. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The melodic lines in this music score are what we call phrases. What are musical phrases? Musical phrases are groups of pitches with complete musical ideas. How many phrases do you see in this music score? Correct. It has 4 phrases. Now, let us focus on the first phrase. Notice the last measure of the phrase. How do the notes move? Is it going up or going down? Correct. The note is going up. If the pattern of the last 2 notes on the last measure of a phrase is going up, we called it antecedent phrase. Now, let us have the second phrase. See the last 2 notes on the second phrase. Notice the measure of this phrase. How do the notes move? Is the note going up or going down? Correct. The note is going down. If the pattern of the last 2 notes on the last measure of a phrase is going down, we called it consequent phrase. How does an antecedent phrase and consequent phrase differ orally? Listen as I play the first phrase, the antecedent phrase. And now the second phrase, the consequent phrase. Now I will play it continuously. What do you notice on both phrases? Correct, they have the same pitches or tune, but they differ on the last measure of the phrase. To be specific, on the last 2 notes. Now let's identify the phrase if antecedent or consequent. Give me like icon if antecedent and heart icon if consequent phrase. Now let us identify the phrase by listening a phrase. Ready? Correct. Antecedent. Because the last note is going up. Correct. Consequent, because the last note is going down.